Hi guys, just a quick live video. This is the first time I've used the live facility on YouTube, so bear with me if it doesn't look too great. I just thought I'd give it a try. I hope it looks okay. So this is my 60 litre shrimp breeding aquascape. All the plants are left over from old aquascapes. I've just reused them. That's a really cost effective way to create a new aquascape. All the plants are easy. We've got some beautiful Ludwigia palustris red there in the background. Some of the classic Hygrophila polysperma on the right hand side there. Some Christmas moss, Eleocharis pusilla. There's a couple of small crypts mixed in with that, some Cryptocorini parva. There's some Bucephalandra. There's a tiny little bit of Microsorum trident there. Some more Bucephalandra. Some more Christmas moss, some Christmas moss at the top. And then, yeah, just some more moss there attached to the wood. Here we can see a yellow. Having trouble focusing, sorry about that. It's a yellow shrimp, and then most of them are red cherry shrimps. A couple of carrying eggs, no babies yet. It's been set up 2 or 3 weeks now. I'm hoping to see some babies by now, but not yet. But patience is a virtue. It's got an internal filter there on the left. That's got a heater built in. The heater's set to 20 degrees Celsius, so it rarely comes on. And then over on the right hand side here, I have it's actually an Eheim surface skimmer with the skimming portion removed and just a sponge in place to stop the shrimp from being dragged into the impeller. And then I have the CO2 diffuser. You might just be able to see it there at the bottom. Just placed underneath the flow, so those CO2 bubbles hopefully get fired all the way around the tank nicely and help feed the plants. So the tank itself is in my extension, so there's my garden there. There's a lot of natural light comes in through the skylights up here, through these windows, so loads of natural light. So I've actually blacked off the sides of the tank with black paint, and also the background as well I've blacked off. The tank itself is actually used to have a hood which I removed, and I replaced it with an old Beamswork LED there, and I've actually attached a small LED there in the background. Hello Camilles, thanks for joining. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It's a really basic aquascape. Quite a lot of wood in there, there's some mountain stone in there, but hopefully it shows you guys that you can create something quite pretty without much cost. I mean, the tank itself was just in the garage, empty. The plants, as I say, were all reused from old aquascapes. The soil was new. It's Danelae soil. Hi Kix14, nice tank, thank you very much. The wood is a mixture of manzanita wood and redmore root, and there's a bit of driftwood in the back, a nice big piece there which you can see coming out the top. I've actually got some moss. I'm trying to grow the moss kind of terrestrially as well, so it's growing under the water. You can see a shrimp just there. There was a dead leaf. Can you see that dead leaf there, guys? I try not to drop my phone in. It's actually a new phone. I've got an iPhone 7. So hi Matt, thanks for joining. Matt Lockwood asks, what's the best temperature for shrimps? It depends on the species. These are Neocaridina, or cherry shrimp, a common name, and they can go down really quite cool. But generally I like to keep them about 18 to 20. They seem to be really happy and active at that temperature. They can go cooler and they can go a lot warmer as well. They're very, very adaptable to a wide range of temperatures and water parameters. I find they tend to do really well in harder water actually, cherry shrimp, whereas bee shrimp, Caridina species, tend to prefer softer water. So I'll see if I can get any. Hi Rob, what do you feed your shrimps? At the moment I'm not really feeding them much at all. I rely on them to eat the biofilm off the surfaces in the aquarium, so they'll eat the basically like bacteria, microflora, microfauna, and that's normally enough to keep them well fed. As a little treat, I might give them some algae putty. I'm not sure if I've got any handy. I haven't got any handy, but it's like a plasticine, which is like an algae-based food, which you can roll into balls or you can smear it onto rocks and you can drop it into the tank, and the shrimp really like that. I tend to feed that probably once or twice a week. I think if you keep them hungry, they'll eat more biofilm, and by them eating a lot of the biofilm, it tends to help prevent algae. So cherry shrimp aren't particularly good algae eaters, but they are excellent at just keeping the surfaces grazed, which helps to prevent the algae build-up in the first place. So they're nowhere near as good as a Marno shrimp at eating algae, but just because they breed so prolifically, and the action of constantly grazing the surfaces of biofilm, in my experience, really helps to prevent any algae build-up. So I actually like to add the cherry shrimp at the beginning of an aquascape's life. Obviously the filter needs to be mature ideally, and you make sure your soil doesn't leach any ammonia, which some of them can. So yeah, these... Sorry guys, I just had a interruption in the broadband internet there, do apologise. So yeah, I had a load of spare, basically the shrimp are breeding so prolifically in my aquascape of 1200, which is it's basically a 90 gallon or a 300 odd litre aquarium. There's literally 400 or 500 shrimp in there, I'd say. So I just thought I'd rehome some of them in here. I've got any at one time at home, I've got 3 or 4 aquascapes on the go, and they've all got a good number of cherry shrimp in them. So anyway, back to the original question about staghorn algae. Yeah, I was just beating some the other day. What I would do is turn the filter off, get a syringe of liquid carbon or a pipette, and then just squeeze the syringe or the pipette around the staghorn algae, and then switch your filter back on, and then hopefully you'll see the staghorn algae tends to go like a pinky red colour after 24 hours or so, and then it will eventually die off. But you do need to bear in mind, you need to cure the cause of the algae. You can't just get rid of the algae. If you don't get rid of the cause, then it will just come back again. So just do look at your reasons why you're getting it in the first place. In my case, it was too much light for the setup, so I stopped injecting CO2, but the lighting level was too high for that, so I suffered from staghorn algae, especially in the mosses. It was really kind of taking over in the moss, which was actually more significant towards the light. So in the upper part of the tank, the moss was really covered in staghorn algae near the light. Okay guys, I'm going to sign off there. I'm off to work in about 10 minutes or so. I'm actually doing a live stream later on of a whole aquascape being set up from scratch. So do please join me for that. It will be from a shop called Aquarium Gardens. Sorry, Tadas Villius, do you use something extra in the filters besides sponge? No, I just use sponge. I don't use any chemical filtration or anything else. No bioballs, literally just sponge. So yeah. Okay, thanks for watching guys. I'm going to sign off now. I hope you've enjoyed that quick live stream. So you can look forward to some more live streams coming soon, hopefully. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and take care. Keep on scaping.